Home Shores,
Yeah.
little town that cares, something like that.
Well, as you come off Old Road, you turn left on the right, it's something about Palm Shores.
Yeah. I think it says Palm Shores, a little town that cares,
Yeah.
something to that. And it's awesome. I've always liked living right there in that. It's pretty nice, but they built up a line and I don't know. I hate to see it change too much because it's not so hard, but things are changing
Yep.
big time.
You know what that TV show used to be? Product. Most people product.
That's true though. Yeah. I mean, some changes are good, some progress. That's the progress.
Back in the late 70s, early 80s, there used to be a sign over on A1A, just a little bit south of the beach. Disney owned it, and they were going to put something in there, and there was talk of running the Amtrak from Disney out 192.
Yeah.
That fell apart after that one hurricane. There used to be a place right on the ocean called Chuck's Steakhouse. That's a bird sanctuary tower, isn't it?
Yeah.
Probably the best thing to do.
It's beautiful. It was a great steakhouse.
Oh, I bet it was. But yeah, that's kind of hard to know.
What were the other place down there called? Sebastian, something,
Oh, man.
Old Naval
Yeah.
Lighthouse.
Yeah. The lighthouse there.
It's on the left-hand side. That's gone too, isn't it?
Yeah. The Sebastian Inn is still there, but it's not doing well.
Sebastian Beach, yeah.
It's before Sebastian Inn.
Oh.
Yeah. And there used to be.
Used to be a big hangout in there, bikers and stuff.
No, I probably remember when we used to go to Sebastian. I don't even go back to it. Other than the one.
Oh, it was a busy place.
I bet it was.
Then they had to build that damn bridge, you know.
They should have left that one coming from Railroad Beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're all right. Don't worry about it.
You don't see the both things? I
I know, right?
Yeah. She said, something. She goes outside, it's 42.
Oh, I like that.
So way too cold.
Right.
Shirley was so.
I know, right? I know. It's okay.
It's in between, but it's going down. It's really cold up there. No, they just had ice stuff. The dish. They don't have here, they have here, and it is huge and stuff. All over the campus, all the trees, each tree. And it's usually cold.
Yeah.
I remember watching all the kids, with buckets of water, buckets of slush, it's on the snow, and then pack it and make their sculptures. So they turn the ice.
I know, right?
No, not really. Thank you.
We, my niece, thermometer outside door of her house.
Oh, gee.
Like,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
No.
minus 20.
When I was over there with Swift for 3 years, kept trying to send me these places that were cold. Wisconsin. Dude,
I see you shot with a roof off.
Hmm?
Where at?
hold up,
Pardon?
hold up.
Fulton?
I was a brigade bus driver out of Freeburg, and I had a 66 pack bus, so I had 25 soldiers going down, and they're like, "You want to shoot?" I'm like, "Sure." So it was one of my pet time taking people there to go, first time being asked.
I shot with them at Diggerville.
Okay.
I got one.
When it came time, I went to the 9mm. I'd already shot with the Uzi and the machine gun, and I'm like, I look over and I see the 3 medals that are 20, 30 years old, and the bronze and the gold look the same. So on the last round of the 9, I went pop, missed it on purpose. Guy goes, "Damn, you got style."
They shot another one down yesterday. And then they detected another one, and then all of a
We
sudden-
had 6 F-16s go south yesterday.
Huh?
We had 6 F-16s go south yesterday. And they got right above the clouds and kicked their afterburners up. So
Well,
I wonder where that
last
one they
week,
shot down really was.
The one that they detected up where they shot the one down disappeared just like that.
Funny how a balloon can just disappear.
Yeah.
But they're excluding one country. They're only talking about China and Russia. Who's saying it's not the North Koreans?
Well, look at what's going on down the borders.
Yeah.
The Chinese have started infiltrating the U.S. through the southern border, and it's up 800% from this time last year. Not
Oh, that's
just
just your imagination.
No.
President wouldn't allow that.
Oh, yeah. Well, wait, we don't have one of those.
And that asshole that proclaims to be the president has not come out and made one comment on public TV to people of this country.
I like to
Then
whenever.
there's Josh.
That's not true. He talked about them border patrol agents using whipping them people, so.
And anybody that rode a horse knows that's not what happened.
6-minute warning, stand in the door.
On Friday, right?
Gosh, is motivated this morning.
You can not sit down.
Go ahead. Don't worry about it.
Okay, welcome everybody to the annual February Writers Group meeting.
We got some more. I got it. So we're waiting on
Okay, it's already well annual monthly meeting. It's annual because okay, we're the regulators. So we call to order. Brett, secure the door, make sure nobody else gets in. Please silence all your devices. Go ahead and Stand up. Attention. Present arms. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. Mikey isn't here. He's got his grandchild. Latest pretty much good. We have a new. Could you stand up and tell us a little bit about yourself?
My name's Tim. I'm post 425 senior vice over there right now. So that's it. Going right through here that way, and so just want to check it out. And
The interested in doing it. You gotta take this.
three rides.
A lot of money, but it's $25. Dr. Welch, anybody else with guys?
Hey, right.
Got a road glide number.
Another Harley rider, Jesus. Okay.
Hey, where do you say you're over?
Yeah.
That's pretty good ride coming.
From my house it was 70 miles.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyways, we're looking at a new member. And, I guess everybody concludes.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
So safety announcements, we have the, Daytona Bike Week coming up. There's questions about going up this group. And stuff like that. We could, and then we could get up there and separate.
All right, financial report last, for the month end of January, we're sitting at $6,609.10. The last two events we did was bike night on last Friday. We made $200 on bike night, and we made $135 on the breakfast day. So far, that's a total of $335 for what we made. I don't have the latest numbers on supplies we had to pay out yet. So, but still, we're definitely in the room.
Okay, so we plan on taking a ride today. After this is over. Anybody got any suggestions where we want to go? Or where we want to go? Do you want to see Cocoa Beach is still alive? W over there? Whatever.
So what do we want to do? Go down East Gully and cross over and go up by 818? All right.
About what? Cocoa Beach? Anybody got any other suggestions? All right, Cocoa Beach posted this.
Okay. So we have questions about the shirts. People coming in and they will talk about buying shirts and all, I guess. That's those shirts. Well,
Which one you talking about mostly, brother?
no, I don't know any of the shirts out there right now.
So those are our rider shirts.
Got the it has all on here and it has post anyone.
And we haven't, we're still on the original order for those, so if, we've been talking about doing another order. Right. We want to probably have a limited selection. There's also, new polos we got out there, tan and green. Collared polos are relatively new. I know Becca's placed an order for some St. Patrick's Day shirts, right? It'll be limited, not a big order, but we'll do that. And that's where we are with shirts right now. So I'd say if you're interested in one of the long sleeve shirts, let me know and give me your size so we can look at what we have, and we'll order what kind of pre-order what everybody wants, and then we'll look at how much to keep us going for like another 6 months.
Bike night was Friday, $200. 34 of that was donation. Squat and gobble.
With lift next Thursday. So we'll meet here at 6 p.m. and we'll roll down to Squidward, or I guess up to Squidward. That's the one up there by Patrick Airport.
Yep. Past Patrick Air Force Base.
Yep. All right, now talking about Squat and Gobble, we have that one, but we didn't settle on a location for the March ride. Right, and for those of you that don't know, Squat and Gobble, we meet here, we ride somewhere, we have dinner, and hang out there for a little bit, and then from there we pretty much separate. If you want to go home, we'll always come back here, wherever. But we usually try to SP here from about 6 to 6:15 and meet there. Not everybody can make it every month. We've had anywhere from 6 riders to 10 riders, and go anywhere from down south to up north, right? Sebastian all the way up to, I think we've been up Cocoa Beach, Cocoa. I think we've been all the way up to So, any suggestions for March's Squat and Gobble location? We've done outward, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, one thing I was thinking is like, if you go to Camp Holly, it's easy to park, cool place, but you can take a nice little ride until you get there. And then when you release from there, it's pretty easy for everybody to traffic. Camp Holly is a pretty good place.
That's the one there on the.
It's the airboat place.
Yeah, where we was at.
The other one is on.
I love the idea of going into the one on 520 since we live in Rockwood.
Yeah. Lone Cabin?
Come back to the house for beer and
I think we've actually took a group ride to Lone Cabin. All right, Lone Cabin it is for March. Did we?
South of 192.
All right, so Lone Cabin it is. And then the next meeting, we'll talk about April and May. I like the idea of heading east, right? That might be something we look at, especially with the time changing. It'll be daylight longer and all that stuff. So we can look at that either on a Squat and Gobble or even Thursday or Sunday, right? Right back with you or something like that, and then so yes.
I'd like to bring up the fact of the ride over Chobe.
We're gonna get to that.
I have a guest that's
Okay.
gonna be our escort around Chobe.
Okay. Give us a few minutes and we'll get to that in the new business. All right. Squat and Gobble taken care of.
Hey, Josh,
Yes.
just because after action kind of thing, we went to our Squat and Gobble was at Outriggers, and I think everybody really had a nice time. It was a little difficult finding it at night, but I think it went real well. I know the restaurant staff, and they said anytime we went back, they were very happy with wherever they went.
And everything I heard, I wasn't there for that one, but everybody said that was real good chow and everything. We'll put that back on the list.
Outriggers,
Down by Sebastian.
get out of Sebastian.
Yeah.
And we had the district meeting. can you?
So I think one of the key things for the district meeting to be aware of is really, we open it up to the public. We open up during bike night and other events, even breakfast, right? But all ask if you're inviting somebody or anything like that, the terminology is not, hey, we're open to the public, we're open to VFW members and their guests, right? So that way it keeps any, I don't know what you want to call it, not
Freeloaders.
yeah, well, that, but you don't want to bring anyone and people looking, oh, you're open. Officially, you're only supposed to be open to the public 12 times a year now. And they just extended that. It used to be 3 per group, right? But for total, for the post right now, it's 12 times a year where we can say, hey, we're going to have a big party here and anybody can come. Now, for us to do that, we have to go and get a certain paperwork down at the courthouse or wherever, but there's certain paperwork we have to have to show that strictly because of our licensing agreement and how we sell alcohol and the price. So I'll say that's the key thing, just, as
We have to do that for COVID.
yeah, as you're talking about it, or if you're inviting people, just, we're never open to the public, it's VFW and their guests, right? Yeah, right. So the key is if you're not a member, one of us who are a member should either buy you some chips so that you can use or anything like that. There's not supposed to be money changing hands between non-members and the bar, right? So
They also need to sign in. We have to sign in.
we don't. There are between the Legions and VFWs, there are sign-in books. There's nothing regulation-wise that you have to have a sign-in book. Because really, our bartenders, anybody should be pardoned anybody that comes in for. That's why we can go.
It's the same thing if you win on the machines. They can't.
Yeah, so if you're not a member, you can play the machine, but if you win, just get somebody else to go up there and pay. Because the bartenders will start looking and making sure either one, they know you and you're a member. If you're not, they're going to ask, right? That way we don't get in trouble or get threats on in jail if something bad happens.
I do want to be.
Yeah. All right. All right, what we got? All right, new business, we can talk, we'll talk about Jerry talk.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, Jerry, what do you got?
I have arranged with Dennis, who is a member of the VFW Book Show, to be our guide for a ride around Lake Okeechobee. I have to know in advance how many people plan on making this ride so that I can coordinate with the motel down there, block off a certain amount of rooms. I'll let Dennis explain to you what he has set up down on his end of the deal if the ride comes about.
Okay. All right, Dennis, what you got?
Good morning, riders. Like Jerry said, I'm a member of Big Lake Post VFW 1539 in Okeechobee. We're right at the north end of the lake. Jerry came to me about getting an escort around the lake because most people have never gone all the way around the lake. And a lot of people never thought that it was possible. I've done it like times. It's a memorial event. I set it up with the hotel that's right down the street from our post, that they will give you a considerable discount because they honor veterans. So that make you in. We've already done a preliminary ride. We've set up stops. We want to incorporate quite a bit of stuff, and we've got views already marked out that we're going to pull up, we're going to stop. That if you have want to take pictures or whatever, that you can do that. Got breakfast at the VFW. Also, if you come down, we're recommending that you come down on Friday night. VFW Post 1539 is setting up dinner for all the riders. Yes. That morning, Saturday morning before the ride, we're going to have breakfast available. We'll take out, we'll head out, and then make our stops all the way around. Lunch will be at the American Legion in LaBelle. Then we'll make another stop for a visual across the lake. And then the final stop will be at Amdes Post 200. Amdes Post 200 is going to be dinner. We're looking at doing some fundraisers through this event. That each post that participates in it will take a portion of those proceeds back to you. That's the way we look at it. So I'm meeting with American Legion Post 22 on Thursday. They're interested in joining y'all to come down there to do this ride. So if we do that, it will be a good fundraiser for you. And we're really looking forward. Any questions for me?
Did you guys figure out some tentative date for this? I know you brought it up at the last.
We're coming down to Okeechobee March 30th, doing the ride on April 2nd.
What's the distance?
All the way around the lake.
Yeah,
I think it was 400 miles.
It's not like that.
I did it already, but we went, I think we got.
Well, yeah, if you get lost,
We made a few wrongs.
the stops that we did, we've already done the ride. We did it in reverse form, but we're going out. With our stops, it was almost 5 hours. And what we're doing is we're doing a stop at each place for 20 to 30 minutes, just so you can refresh yourself. And then, like I
gas
said,
up and relieve,
for lunch, what's that?
gassing up and relieving.
Correct. Yes. Yeah, we're making the stops, there's,
Well, on a long ride like that, we got guys that have small tanks.
we have, again, we're gonna set it up, because we're gonna have a number of writers ourselves. We're meeting at the VFW office, but that's Post 200. We have the writers group, support the writers group, like those. But the AMVETS is very active. We've got 32 writers. Most of them are very excited about it.
It's a cool ride.
It's a nice ride. And like I said, we incorporated several stops because although you can go all the way around the lake, you can't see it all the way around. But we got the big. But we selected several spots, so I can put my hand, come up over that bridge, you can see all the way to the river. Not quite, because but it's huge, it's very, very.
Well, I think if we do that, it'd be, right, for those of you that can't possibly maybe come down the day before, right, we'll have an SP time from, I guess, after breakfast, right, at the post, and we'll set that up.
Right now, we're looking at it, and it stands up at approximately 9:00. Correct. That way we can get back, and then we have ample of time to have our stops, our fuel, and whatever. What is that? What's that? 10539 is where we're going to start. 10441 stop.
So are we looking at doing a group ride down on Friday the 30th then?
We're getting to that point.
Okay.
And like I said, I'm meeting with Thursday. They're interested. So
That'd be a lot of fun.
We've got enough members that will have, that if we need to have various takeoffs, we've got enough escorts.
It's cool. It's just kind of neat to tell people you rode all the way around Lincoln for show, because a lot of people have.
Also, we're looking at, we're support.
So good. Any other questions for Dennis?
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Well, yeah, so is everybody still good with the dates? 30, so the Friday the 31st of March and first, whether or not you come down on Friday?
March 30th.
31st.
31st.
Has to be the 31st.
Yeah.
Yeah, 31st is a Friday.
31st of the hour.
Well, my birthday is March 20th, so everybody has to buy me a drink. That's all.
Yeah, I think they have water there.
Mine's March 7th,
My buddy.
all right, so
It's March for all Irish.
So Dennis is meeting on his side this week, so I think, are we good saying, hey, the ride around, everybody's good on 1 March?
Yeah.
Or 1 April, I should say. 1 April? All right,
That's
so,
Saturday.
yep, Saturday, 1 April it is. Yeah. And then, all right, give me a second, Dennis.
Also, with the head count, and I know you have people that may or may not be here. We're going to be doing a flyer. And if I can get an email before I leave today that I can tell that flyer.
Okay.
And we'll have some specific things. So we're setting up some fundraising things to try to get money. Yeah. So we can
Give it to me on the exam.
I would need help also for dinner if you're going to be down there.
Yeah.
Saturday.
Yeah, we can give you that.
The time of the dinner meeting. The dinner starts at 5 and the gym goes to about 8.
We got a couple pugs we can bring along.
All right, so Terry, I can give you a tentative head count from what we have in here, but that's not going to be a total head count, all right? You know, I mean, I think if you can talk to, I think the question I would have is, what day do you need to lock everything in? Right? Because we can say, hey, how many people here, but then we got the ones outside that are not here, right? So, just by a show of hands, how many are interested in that? Right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're probably looking at 10. Right? I'd say. I just put my home. So I think at that it would be possibly anywhere between, let's say, 7 to 12 rooms, right? Some people may want to book something together, right? Split a room or whatever. So I would say right now 12 would be a pretty good number to start with. All right. And then we'll start getting we'll start reaching out to the ones that ain't here today and see who's interested. And it could grow by, I think, 12 if you want to say that. 12 to 15 maybe, and possibly that 15.
So not to throw a complete monkey wrench.
Don't be throwing monkey wrenches and shit.
But the question is going to be, if it's like a torrential downpour.
I take your gloves off.
No, I'm
Drive my car.
It's a question. I mean, you guys go or regardless, or what?
I think you're gonna have a weather call sometime before that, right? And we'll look at the weather.
Right.
It's just like we do with our rides here. Right?
The only reason I'm saying it's a little bit more complicated is we're gonna be starting, we're going out there.
Yep. So we'll make weather calls and start looking at it. We can probably get a good idea 2 days before to say, hey, is there
Can we contact the Air Force and have them put the contrails to kill the rain there?
No.
Have to decide approximately departure time from the post on Friday.
And we'll have to look at that because some people are going, may have to work, so it may be a big group, a couple small groups, or it might be, hey, you just tell me you want to get down there and we'll meet and we'll see you that night or that morning, right? And that will help us give the number, head count for dinner and then head count for breakfast.
I intend to leave on Friday, and then we'd have to have somebody that will lead the group planning on coming down Saturday morning.
Okay.
So I feel like if you come down Saturday. Unless there's a whole group of them, then they decide.
All right, so.
I have found it best to stay off of 95, right? 192 off the whole of 441 Street.
That's the way we took those last time. So we'll start reaching out to everybody that's not here today. By 12 March, which is the next meeting, we will discuss SP times and all that stuff at that meeting. And then also we'll start having, hey, go, no go criteria for weather and stuff like that. The other thing I would say is I will, before you leave here, sign up if you're interested. So I saw everybody's hands, might not have a name, and we might throw together like an email list where we give you updates of what we're finding out weekly on numbers, and if you'd like to maybe bunk up with a room or something like that, we can start organizing that. That sound right?
Yeah, so I think that's why,
Yeah. Okay.
And we did that big giant, Jerry got asked.
You know, Jerry had like 6 beds in his room last time.
Hey, you gotta do the swing beds. Those are
All right, so that's that. You wanna take one more?
well, I think close. Let's see, what was
March 3rd.
March 3rd.
I think before we had discussed on, if we wanted to try to write down, a lot of people have different things going on. We didn't really coordinate for hey, we're gonna meet here and go to Daytona. I think it's an option if people want to do it. If they want to do it. All right. I know I am out on that first weekend. I'm just going to be in Ocala, and so I won't be available for that. But is it something that the group would want to get together and ride up to Daytona?
If you don't mind, a couple of us were sitting at the bar, and you know how that goes. But Spooner goes to school Monday to Thursday, he's off Friday. So a couple of us are sitting there, at least 3 of us saying, well, maybe you could ride up on a Friday morning, meet here, whatever, and then go up to the Cabbage Patch or wherever. I don't care wherever, but I think, we got a couple people already saying go on a Friday, but I mean, if you can't go like one time, we could wait and go on the Friday you want to go.
No, I think if you got, as long as you have, and it all depends, right? I'd say if there's 2 or 3 people and you want to go up, then hey, if you want to make it a bigger group thing, that's one thing. Or if you're like, hey, I don't want a big group, I'm just gonna take off. I know Jerry goes up like every other day, I think, right?
Well, how many people actually look at the Facebook site to try to? We're trying to get flyers out and stuff like that, because what we can do is actually I talked to George. So if you want to put flyers or stuff out there, send it to Josh or me or Don. And we're going to have a couple of people look at it before it actually gets posted on the page. But like for something like this, we can say, okay, on a Friday, if anyone's interested, we're going to meet at 9 o'clock at the post. We're going to ride up to the Cabbage Patch. We could put that on. Josh does a great job sending out emails, but we could also put it on the Facebook page as well. And then that way, you know, if you wanna go, you go. If you don't, you don't.
What route do you take to get up there?
What's that?
What route do you take to get up there?
Well, I mean, I usually like to go up, I don't like 95, so I usually like to go up Route 1 or wherever.
Okay,
You know.
because we're thinking about having a trailer with the dogs, and the slower speeds are better than 95 all day today.
Yeah,
So-
I'm not a fan of 95. I usually go any road other than 95. It's crazy.
All right, so right now, I think, what I'm hearing is possibly the third, there's gonna be a group going up the third.
Friday morning,
We're
Saturday.
going up on
So,
So if anybody wants to contact Dawn,
or if you give me the information of what you want, I'll shoot it out at
Yeah.
a meeting and then decline or accept, then I know you're.
Yeah, we're gonna work something out and get it to Josh, and then I'll, you know, once everybody says, yes, great, whatever, then I'll have Don's gonna be the guy to put it on Facebook, right? Okay?
Please.
All right, so that's the first weekend, and then from there, we can play it by ear. If you decide, hey, you can't make it one day, but you want to go next weekend, hey, let us know. I know Bike Night's gonna be here the following Friday, right? So, we also need to support that. And we're also, got a new band that will be coming in March 10th. I can't remember who it is, but, Mike,
Yeah, that's like, I thought it was gonna be the end of
March 10th, and then also the 31st, right? So, won't be here probably the 31st, but we'll have other people on the post.
March 12th is the last day of Lake Week.
Yep. And that's our rider's, birthday.
So are we thinking about doing a ride up there that day then?
On the 12th?
Yeah.
Well, we can play.
There isn't a hell of a lot going on with that last day.
Yeah, but at the same time, that way everybody can say, at least they get the patch, say, I rode mine.
Other venues would be closed.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people close, but there'll be a lot of, the last day to go, the last 2 days, they really drop.
Yep,
Yeah.
So.
first weekend, if you want anything, that's the time to do it.
And we'll put something together between me, Mike, and, George, and we'll kind of try to work out that ride. Usually on the ride, we usually kind of come up with something here and take everybody into account and everything. But we can maybe reach out and, get some input before that. So on the 12th, we know if we're growing up, we'll let everybody know.
Just an FYI, the email you sent out this morning was from January.
Was it really? All right.
Hey, at least you got out.
I forgot about that and I woke up, you know, so,
And enough pouring water,
you know what?
enough pouring water.
All right, no water.
And that, Squat number hasn't been decided. See what happened to senior moment? Do we have any other riders business? I mean, we haven't done a poker run in a while.
I think we were talking, talking about the summertime.
Yeah, and the last poker run we had was only us. We did well anyway.
What do y'all think about a Father's Day run? Yeah, June.
When's Father's Day?
Okay, somebody get on a smarter phone than I got, please.
It's June. All right, so I think we were talking about a summertime run, right, and all that stuff. 18. I think if we're gonna do something like that, we need to lock by the end of next month. We have to come up with that.
Father's Day is June 18th.
Well, let's have a voter. Who wants to have it on?
Don't have to be on Father, it'll be a public day, and
Saturday.
Yeah. I think we want to do the one in the summer, right?
Right.
June, July timeframe. So what we probably gotta do is look at June, make sure there's no conflicting stuff going on, right? Especially other big rides that happen, you know. And, yeah, but let's, maybe we come up on, when we have our meeting on the 12th, that's when we should say, yes, we want to do it on this month. And maybe start looking at a route on where we want to go. Right, south, north, east, west, we'll do it something.
So everybody keep it in mind and, have your own ideas and then discuss.
If you, I brought this up at I think the last meeting, and I don't want to step on anybody's toes, but if you guys really want to do that poker run, and you want to do it and do a really nice job, I think both, either George or Josh and me or whoever, let's go to Space Coast and let's ask them if they would be interested in having us participate, because they do one for Combat Vets Motorcycle Association as well.
Yeah,
It's just a thought. I mean, you can, you get a little bit more activity, and if you're doing it for a fundraiser, if Space Coast buys into it, it could put some more money in our pot, and you get more visibility. It's just a thought. I'm just saying. I mean, if we go meet with them and they say no, then
We're still gonna say
we've
that.
met with Space Coast before, right? And we've done a few events down there. It just hasn't worked out, right?
well, a lot of it is, and again, I learned that lesson because I set the first one up for CDMA, and they've had a second one, and we're gonna have a third one. If you get there and you give people enough notice, see, the nice thing about Space Coast is if you're on their feed, they put the information out there and they let everybody knows, the whole public knows about it. So you can, the first year may not be all that good, but if it becomes something that people like, then it's the second year, then the third year.
I'll go with you.
If somebody says, yeah, I'll be all over.
PAO, you get this stuff together.
I don't want to do anything unless the director tells me.
So I'll say, I think being PAO, you have that leverage, right? You have the ability to start working
If I
out.
have buy-in, I'll go.
You got
And if anybody wants to go with me, then I'll go.
Okay.
That's all. Any other new business? Anybody? Yes, Don.
I don't know if it's new business, but in the past, we talked about a flag for bike night out front. If we're still interested, I'll look into it. I know it was dropped in the past.
We're talking about one of the
Like the open house stuff. Yeah. So,
Can't do open.
Yeah, but I know what you're saying. Yeah, I think we can give him the okay to,
yeah, I'm just gonna look into it.
give us a price and, where we can get it at. And then,
Yeah.
Okay.
Will do.
Any other new business?
Josh, you want to talk about if we're making any progress on our group?
So, I think last meeting we did talk about, and we went to the post and we had a vote to go ahead and move forward on getting some plans worked up for, we're gonna do a back deck out here, right? John kind of took the lead with talking to one of a team he's working with now for his carport. They came up here, we showed it to them, and they said yes, they could do it. John kind of has worked with them, and also got some other quotes from MIMS.
Yeah, there's a discovery building.
Yep. So John's kind of worked option of almost a deck with almost like a carport type attachment on top of that. I think we take that, and then I also think we take, and I know Jake was looking into somebody he knows about just getting the whole plans and the architecture of of another option, right? When I was thinking of this, I need at least 2, possibly 3 options on how we want to go. That way, it's just not, hey, here it is, take it or leave it. We have a couple of different options. So that's where we are now. John done a really good job kind of getting us, some prices and all that stuff. So then I'm gonna give Jake a little bit of time. He reached out to one of his buddies, who's an architect, and to see if we can get what turnaround time would be for them to kind of work up some plans.
I'm gonna rough out the numbers for the deck.
Okay.
And I'll have that to you this week. Because you need that to put a package together. So you're right. Whenever you're dealing with something this big, it's better to get a couple different prices. You don't want to just go.
And that's the way we've done in the post in general, whether when we've done the sign, we had 2 or 3 different options for the sign and everything. So, just like bidding anything in the government, right? We're kind of similar, you gotta have a couple things. But that's the status on the back deck right now. So we have
Already done that.
We have raised prices on the RV, we bumped up. There was options depending on what we get and how big we got. If we got one to take some sort of loan or something like that. So, but yes, we did raise prices, $5 on the back lot, which with 100 spots, you're looking at $500 a month.
If anybody knows anything about construction, what complicates this project is just walk out there, we have a pit. There's a retention pond down there, so it's not a real straightforward, just go out and build a building kind of.
So, yeah, I think it'll come out and wash, do all the estimates, as much adjustment can be done.
It's doable, but remember, Josh and I, we talked about this, whatever we do, have to make sure that we follow the permitting process here with the city, because they will check.
So that's all we do to the order. Any other good of the order?
I just got, I got a bunch of motorcycle helmets, probably about 10, and they're in excellent shape. All of them, top end, high end stuff, whatever. Anybody needs a helmet, or if I can donate them for like a raffle or something, they're in excellent shape. So
I think that'd be really good during that photo run.
Yeah, there you go.
I got a cheap rifle scope, I'll throw in it tonight.
So yeah, if anybody needs a helmet, let us know, but that sounds like a good route. 50-50.
We're gonna make movies too.
Alright, any other good of the order?
The next meeting's 12. We haven't had a sign up sheet.
I'll take care of that. Alright, but before you leave, if you're interested in the Okeechobee, please come up here, put your name and email down, and we'll do it. Not yet, man, not yet.
I think he's interested.
Call it. This meeting's about ready to be done, so. Present arms, order arms. Dismiss.
Yeah.